Morning guys, Twee here from Best Laid Plants, and today is Tuesday, October the 8th, 2024, and I told a customer a few months back that I would make a video on plant division, and now is a great time to divide a lot of perennials that have gotten really big. So I'm going to ask my husband Nate if he can come a little bit closer. This right here is a very common perennial in many zones. It is sedum. You'll also hear it being called stone crop. It's autumn joy sedum, which you can find at most nurseries and even the big box stores. And when it gets really big, this is a very mature plant, it's several years old, you can kind of see what happens here is that it kind of splits. And a lot of people don't like how that looks. Now, this is a transplant from Amy's house, so that's why you're actually seeing this getting fresh blooms right now. Generally, it's done blooming, and when it is done blooming, it browns. It's such a hardy plant. Normally, I would not tell you to divide when you've got blooms actually happening, but I know that we're going to get our first frost probably in the next few weeks, and I know what this plant can do, and it is hardy. So what I did was I dug it up, and you will see here that this plant is very succulent in nature. It's got these thick, fleshy leaves. When you divide a plant like this, you can just go in and take a saw like the one I have. It doesn't have to be this particular kind. It could be a smaller blade, but you just go in and you can cut where you might see natural splits. But this plant can probably be divided into several plants. So I'm just gonna cut and see what happens. And you will lose a little bit of the plant, and that's okay, because again, this is a very hardy plant. It can withstand a lot. If, like for instance, look what just happened. See, if I just took this and I stuck it in the ground, watered it, it'll be fine. It'll grow roots. It is such an incredible plant. It has these beautiful, beautiful cluster of pink flowers. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so here we go. So don't be afraid to just really get in there. The soil was a little bit damp because I just watered yesterday, and that makes it easy. So if you have not had rain, or if you haven't watered in a while, before you dig up your plant, just make sure that you water, and that will help the root ball come up a little bit easier. And so I really don't like how big this is getting for this space. So I am going in and I'm just gonna cut it in half and show you what it looks like, okay? So then from there, you can see that, I mean, if I just pull it apart with my hands, see, you've got a beautiful plant division there. And that is what I'm gonna replant in my garden. And probably in about 2 years, it's gonna get as big as it was in the beginning. They grow fast if given full sun. They're very drought tolerant. There's not a whole lot that you need to do to care for this kind of plant. So this is something that we suggest to beginner gardeners. But anyway, there are plants just like sedum that can really handle a lot of tugging, just straight up sawing the roots, and you're not going to kill it. You're not gonna do any permanent damage. So just have confidence in that. There were just some plants like this, like daylilies, lots and lots of other perennials. They're just super tough. So it's about timing in terms of when to divide. So early spring, fall is the best time. But honestly, Amy and I, we divide all the time. Middle of summer, but anyhow, so I'm gonna put this back in the ground. I'm gonna add some compost, and it will be so fun to see how it grows next year. Thanks guys, hope this was helpful.